Hey, we're going to do a little funky use of stacked fourth voicings that I use. I take a Dorian mode and I harmonize it with these fourth chords. Actually, it's a concept I learned from Joe Satriani in a magazine, Guitar World magazine or some doggone thing years ago. And I came up with a tune using those concepts, a tune of mine called Foolish Mortals, which was originally on a record I did called Strat's Got Your Tongue, but it's a kind of an epic jam tune. So I'm going to show you how to play that song as well as this concept of stacked fourths. So first of all, let's get to the stacked fourth voicings, all right? So what I mean by those are these. Okay, so it's the idea of harmonizing a Dorian scale in E. Okay, and these fourth voicings are, so this shape happens twice. I'm at the, I'm going to shout out the frets where my first finger's at, I reckon. So 2nd fret, 4th fret, droning the E string because these are all in E. Now the next one's going to look like this. So it's functioning really as a E minor 6/9. And then up to this voicing, E minor 6th. And then back to the original voicing. Okay. So with those things, when you're vamping over like an E minor, if I'm just doing kind of like, you can kind of slide into them, a little hammer on. Some of it's just if you're doing like to slide into that one. I should mention that, a lot of times, strats are great for funk stuff, especially like on the 4 position, which is the neck and the middle position. Or if you want a little bit of a brighter quack, you use the 2 position, which is the bridge pickup and middle position. But on tellies, the middle position is just so glorious. And on this particular guitar, my Reverend Gristle Master with my Fishman pickups, sometimes I'll put that button down in the middle, just get a little bit more meat. So I'm just, but as I'm doing that, I can use any of those voicings that I just showed you. Now that's kind of the James Brown Prince thing, where you can kind of take, if you're doing like a funk thing. A lot of times what I'll do, instead of having that flat 7th in the bass, I'll put the root in the bass. Sometimes it's fun to just do a downstroke and then a rake back, so like a. And sometimes you just kind of do over like a groove like an E. Let's just go. Like a sounds glorious. Good, clean fun. It's great to use, and you can do it over, more moody things like I was doing earlier. Okay, when I'm playing like funkier chords, I've got a very loose situation happening with my right hand here. So I hold the pick a bunch of different ways when I'm playing. When I'm comping, I'm holding the pick with the pad of my first finger and my thumb, leaving this knuckle open for movement. When I'm doing more kind of lead playing and whatnot, especially if I'm incorporating any kind of alternate picking, I'll put that pick right against that knuckle and kind of take it out of service, if you will. But when I'm doing the funky stuff and comping, I want some movement here, and I want some movement at the wrist, and there's a little at the elbow as well. So there's this whole movement going on. So there's a very loosey-goosey thing going on. So all that stuff is, very, very loose. And you definitely don't want to be like rigid, because if you're rigid, it's not going to work out. So I've got movement happening here. I've got movement happening at the wrist and a little bit at the elbow. It's pretty open. I'm not really doing much palm muting until I do stuff like that kind of stuff where I'll put my palm down to get. Other than that, when I'm doing that more. All that stuff is, I'm not really doing much palm muting at all. Maybe everything. Most of the muting's happening with my left hand. I just lessen up on the pressure to make those chords go in. So there you go. There is some funky rhythm stuff going on there for you. Little breakdown of what I like to do with some of those stacked fourth voicings and some other little funky treats. Can you dig it?